and Space Science from Savitribai Phule Pune University. He has done MSc in Meteorology from Cochin University of Science and Technology, QSAT. He qualified NET and was CSIR Research Fellow during 1999 to 2003 at National Institute of Oceanography, Goa. He joined India Meteorological Department, Pune as meteorologist in March 2003. Currently, he is in charge of climate monitoring and prediction group of climate research and services IMD Pune. He has contributed significantly in implementing new operational long-range forecasting strategy of IMD for the summer monsoon rainfall forecast based on existing statistical forecasting system and newly developed multi-model ensemble system. He has also played an important role in the successful implementation of monsoon mission coupled forecast system at Office of Climate Research and Services in 2017 for operational climate services. This has helped in preparing and issuing ENSO and IOD bulletin and seasonal forecast outlook for South Asia with monthly updates. IMD issues various seasonal climate outlook for rainfall and temperature, both hot and cold and hot weather season during monsoon mission coupled forecast system. Using that system, he is coordinating the South Asia Seasonal Climate Outlook Forum (SASCOF) meetings for the preparation of consensus outlooks for South Asian region. A new graded dataset has been created for South Asian region under his guidance and implemented for objective criteria-based consensus outlook using calibrated climate model outputs. During the period 2015 to 2016, he was at Meteorological Center Jaipur and worked in the operational weather forecasting and aviation meteorological services. He took lead role in implementing real-time decision support system for nowcast of severe weather event using Doppler weather radar, commissioning of GPS radio zone system, and operationalization of ground-based global navigation satellite system network at NC Jaipur for the estimation of integrated precipitable water vapor. Dr. Sreejith is received Certificate of Merit Award of Ministry of Earth Sciences in the field of atmospheric science in 2021. Dr. Sreejith received India Meteorological Society B.N. Desai Award in 2017 for his contribution in research paper entitled An Indian Ocean Precursor for Indian Summer Monsoon Rainfall Variability, published in GRL. He has been prolific in his scientific efforts, publishing 17 research papers in peer-reviewed journals, 3 meteorological monograms on monsoon report, and 29 chapters in various proceedings and reports. So I urge all the audience to take the advantage of his advantage, his presence here, and you feel free to ask him questions. He will be very happy to address your queries. I now request Dr. Sreejith to continue his lecture. Thank you. Sreejith, you are mute. Unmute, unmute. No, we can't hear you. You can unmute the system.
So we cannot
We
hear
can
you.
hear you now. Okay.
No, okay.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
I will keep in.
Yes, sir, presentation mode.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now I'm going to talk about basic of climate service and why that is required, and what are the climate service and what are the climate service provided by India Meteorological Department. That outline of my talk is like this: what is climate service, requirement of climate service, and different components of climate service, and climate service provided by IMD. That actually the main that the climate service very much required because of the climate change happening, and the global warming and climate change happening all over the world. The left side of the panel, you can see that the global surface temperature from the direct measurement started in 1880 onwards. Can see that the temperature is continuously rising in the recent year after the pre-industrial era. You can see that the temperature is continuously rising, and as per the IPCC, Intergovernmental Panel for Climate Change report, that this rise in temperatures will continue with various scenario also. If you can see that this global temperature is rising. The consequence of the temperature rising, this global warming and temperature rise in the atmosphere, we can see that there are that precipitation that changes in that will affect the changes in the precipitation, temperature, and ocean acidification also increases, increasing the frequency and intensity of some extreme weather events, and the rising sea level. These are the main impact of this climate change. And this climate change will impact on all the aspects like health, agriculture, forest, water resources, coastal area, and ecosystem over the all over the world. To how to for mitigating this, we need climate services, and that similar yes, temperature changes you can observe over Indian region. This is from 1901 onwards. The land surface temperature during the summer monsoon, summer season over the over the Indian region, you can see this this also showing that increasing trend. And this global, this climate change that is global, happening globally, but it is impact is our, you can see our local level also. That means you can see that a lot of climate variation over the your local scale. And this impact of climate change on the society, there are two, there are direct losses or damages that also affect that, that is impact on health, loss of life, that loss of crops and livestock, and damages to properties and houses and infrastructure. That is the direct loss. Indirect also, there are many damages that is happening. Disruptions in global trade, transport, energy supplies, and labor market, and banking and finance, even economic sector also, that is affected, you can see. And all other, basically these are affecting all the countries, but our this effect is more over the developing countries, and this can lead to some this some of which even cause that military conflict, and this type of effect also we can see in all the sector as well as area. And this climate change, we have to we can do that two things. One is mitigation, and other one is adaptation of climate change. This mitigation means that action to reduce that curb greenhouse gases. That is the mainly we are doing that energy efficient system. We have to use greater use of renewable energy. That industry should be smart enough to reduce the carbon emission and efficient transport system like that. That is coming in the mitigation side. And adaptation is action on reduce the vulnerability of climate change. This climate service is coming into that actually. That adaptation, that we have to more secure facility location and infrastructure, that we have to build that infrastructure in a climate resilient manner. And land surface, we have to protect our land surface and restoration. That work we have to do. This type of adaptation work is coming. We have to start the preparing ourselves to adapt for the effect of climate change. But the question is what that may come to mind in a decision maker, adapt to what exactly and how. For this, we required the climate service. In this, we are climate service coming into the picture. And why climate service required? And this is to enable the better management of risk of climate variability and changes and the adaptation to climate change through development and incorporating the science-based climate information and prediction into planning, policy and practices on the global, regional and national scale. Even the World Meteorological Organization also brought out many practices like implementation of global framework of climate service GFCS, and these are the one of the important things to climate adaptation using with climate services. And what is climate service? Climate service is the provision of scientifically based climate information and product that assist individuals or organization in the society to make climate smart decisions. That means our many decision we are taking, that should be, we are taking anticipatory action based on this climate information, science based climate information. Climate service allows society to build resilience to future change and take advantage and opportunity to provide a favorable conditions. Climate service prepare the users for whether they will actually experience. Major priority areas are agriculture, food security, disaster risk reduction, water, water and hydrology, energy and health. The climate service are made most effective through collaboration between providers and the users. In that many products we are generating for the climate services that required the information from the user side also. So that means this is we are making that product that required customization for the product required using the user demand. And different components of climate services, we can see that main thing is observation and monitoring and research development and modeling prediction. That is we have to give that prediction, and climate information as a system that is user interface system that will provide the customized service for different sector. That main users may be government, private sector, research, agriculture, and all these things are all these components need capacity building. That is in India Meteorological Department, meteorological training centers during the capacity building activities for the weather and climate service. and that is also for various component. They are doing monitoring instrumentation side, as well as the weather forecast and climate forecast also. And as we see that one of the main thing is that climate service is that climate observation and monitoring. In the climate research and services of India Meteorological Department, IMD Pune, they have that surface instrumentation division, and they are managing the climate observation all over the country. And in this climate observation, we have to be more that calibrated system should be there, so that calibration facility that also available in surface instrument division, and the workshop for the production unit for supplying the instrument for many different areas. And the climate observation and monitoring, you can see that these are the various products we are developing and installing all over the country. And this, after we received the data, we have to properly archive. That also another important component of climate service. For that, we have climate data portal. We are archiving that archiving and supply of climate and weather data for the country. And you can see that nowadays everything, most of our data request everything through data climate supply data supply portal, and the user get the information with a short period of time nowadays. And many informations are available in climate data service portal also, related to the normals as well as the extreme weather event, and the information for about that each observatory, that related information also available in this one. And in addition to that, we have to rescue that old data we have collected in the past, that is in either in the manuscript form or that is not digitized, that parallelly we are doing that data rescue of the old data also doing. And now, how do these climate surveys work for different sections? For example, for health sector, if any vector-borne diseases like malaria or dengue, there is a chance to increase in some area, then that user will thought about, should I plan for vaccination? That type of information we can get from the climate service. And another thing is that another sector is agriculture sector. What type of seed we have used? That as in the previous speaker, Dr. Ghosh has mentioned that planning of agriculture activities starting from the seasonal forecast. This type of information is available. That is the part of the climate service. And in energy sector, how much that solar energy or energy we have to produce, or what depend of the temperature of the temperature forecast, they can decide this. There are some area of the country they more electricity is required. So according to that, they can control the grid operations. And another important thing is that disaster risk reduction. That is the disaster management department of the country, and even state disaster management also. They also information about how is the heavy rainfall or any other severe weather is going to affect. That in hydrology, in what we have, how to use this water for the next season. That type of even dam management also they can use. That Climate service equip decision makers in climate sensitive sectors with better information to help society to adapt to climate variability and changes. And a national international database that provide the high quality data on temperature, rainfall, wind, soil moisture, and AI and other extreme events information also. According to that, we can create that vulnerability analysis and assessment, long-term projection and scenario. And another thing is that socio-economic variables such as non-meteorological data like yeah, that loss and damage data, you can see that is the what are the damages happened due to various extreme weather events in the past. This and what are the location of the human settlement and what are the road infrastructure and other related information that also very much required for customizing that climate information. And data and information collected and transformed into customized products such as projections, trend, economic analysis, service of different user community. This is the main that how climate service work. That and now we can look at what are the various climate service in India. And the climate service, main thing is that climate service provider like India Meteorological Department and other research and modeling center like IITM, Indian Institute of Tropical Meteorology, NCMRWF, Ocean Information Services Center. These centers are mainly producing they are preparing the various product for the user. Then the expert from climate sensitive sectors like agriculture, disaster management, health, and various user. They have their own user sector data, and they along with this whatever the product generating by the the climate service, they can customize and national level end users are policy makers, government planners and administration, and the various other the sector beneficiaries or small scale farmers or vulnerable communities or general public also. It is a climate service end user. They are the main end user. And we have based on this blue color, that is user sector data, we have to customize the various product for the various sector. Then climate service provided by the IMD, we can weekly briefly look the what are the products we are providing. That the main for India, that is the Office of Climate Research and Services, IMD Pune is the main office for providing these climate services, and which include the climate monitoring and analysis. And climate monitoring, we will analyze the various parameters like rainfall, temperature, and various other climate drivers like and so IOD, yeah, in El Nino Southern Oscillation, what is their condition, and what is the Indian Ocean dipole in that phenomena, what is their condition, and how that is going to impact that our region, rainfall and temperature. That also, that type of analysis also we are doing. And climate prediction, it is seasonal forecast, seasonal extended forecast for rainfall and temperature. And every month we are brought out that ENSO and IOD bulletin also, and that will give information about the next month or season, that next few season, what is the condition of ENSO and IOD, and how and other how that will impact our region. And climate data management, as I mentioned earlier, that climate data, proper climate data archival, as well as the you supply the data to various users. That also very much essential part of the climate service. And in addition to that, we are preparing various gridded climate data also for rainfall and temperature. that is used by, that is very much useful for various sectors, for various use sectoral application also, that is very much useful. And a climate application, that is that division in the climate research and service office, there are one dedicated sector for agriculture. That earlier Dr. Ghosh mentioned that what are the activities of climate we are providing for the agriculture sector, and in addition to that, the water sector and health sector also we are giving some outlook and information. And climate research and training, that is ongoing activity. And India Meteorological Department Pune office is the World Meteorological Organization Regional Training Center for the RA2 region, that is Asia region. And uh, and this office itself is the regional climate center of recognized by uh, World Meteorological Organization for the RA2 region. There are three centers, regional climate center over the Asia. One is Beijing Climate Center, other one is Tokyo Climate Center, and the third one is India Meteorological Department. And climate monitoring product analysis, we are preparing. So there are many climate diagnostic bulletin or and other climate product like climate preparation of climate normal and other disaster weather event happened every year, that also we are uh, brought out the publication. And that publication will give information about what are the loss and damage happened over the country during the year. And based on that, this loss and damage data, we are recently brought out climate hazard and vulnerability atlas for various extreme weather event like lightning, thunderstorm, hailstorm, fog, drought, cyclone, and thunderstorm. Heavy rainfall also we are and this product is GIS based product. The basic unit is district, and so each district, what are the vulnerability or hazard information that we can directly obtain from our website. And climate prediction services, IMD issue monthly and seasonal forecast for the country. That currently, since last year, we have adopted a new strategy for monsoon seasonal prediction, rainfall forecast, and we are using that multi-model ensemble that is based on various climate model output using the spatial probability forecast for rainfall and temperature also. It is nowadays we are issuing every monthly as well as season. And the first long range forecast is issuing in the April and updated in the end of May, and monthly forecast for every month, that also we are issuing. And in addition to that, in even the cold and hot weather season, the temperature and rainfall information for northeast monsoon as well as the winter season also we are issuing. Many of the forecasts now, it is based on dynamical as well as the multimodal ensemble based. And climate application for agriculture, that Dr. Ghosh already mentioned that many things, but drought monitoring, that is important activity of climate research and service. In that that climate standardized precipitation index, that is SPI, and standardized precipitation evaporation index SPI. These two index are very is using world all over the world for the climate drought monitoring, and this will give idea about which area of the country has water stress, as well as the which area it is getting good rainfall activity. And like that, they can many sector like even agriculture as well as hydrological or water sector also. These informations are very much useful. And that Dr. Ghosh already mentioned that we have mentioning that operational agreement advisory bullet issuing for the country. That is that activity is for benefit for all the agriculture sector. And the climate application for water sector, IMD is monitoring that prediction of rainfall and water volume of 101 river basins over the country. And this information is very useful for the water sector, like river or dam management authority to take their appropriate action for the seasonal or. And this information is based on these forecast informations are based on the extended range forecast. And another important sectoral application is the health. That is weekly vector-borne bulletin for vector-borne disease. That is every week we are issuing this bulletin. This will give idea that which area that vector-borne diseases like dengue or malaria, which area it is prone for that one. And that health sector user can take action accordingly. And in addition to that, our national service, India Meteorological Department is the is coordinating the South Asia Climate Outlook Forum, SASCOF, that is for all the South Asia countries. That is, we are preparing the outlook. That is consensus forecast. We are preparing based on this multimodal and so objective-based multimodal ensemble. That the preparation of this outlook also is the main activity of the climate as a climate service for the region we are doing. And you can see that climate outlook forums are very much required because some for the South Asia, it is the common element is the monsoon. If the very in different country of this region is issuing entirely different forecast, then the user of this region may be in confused. So in order to avoid that, World Meteorological Organization allocate various outlook forum activity for each regional climate center. So AMD is doing that for the South Asian region. And this is my last slide. Thank you. If any questions, sir, I'm very happy to answer them.
Thank you, Dr. Sreejith. Audience, you may ask question in the chat box also. You can mention the question. I request everybody to ask or their queries. He will be very happy to answer your queries.
Shall I stop my screen?
Yes. You can stop. You can write your question queries in the chat box also.
Provide my email address in the chat box. You can directly communicate it to me also. I will answer to your question in the if any doubt is that I can clear.
All can note down the email ID of Dr. Sreejith. He has given his email ID.